So the match did not end on day 3. Sri Lanka not only surpassed India's total, but set them a very tricky 176 run target on a pitch which is very collapse prone. So Daksh, what do you make of the day's play? Positive cricket from Sri Lanka and Chandimal?
Well, I certainly ate humble pie in my breakfast. It was a glorious day of test match cricket. 162 runs that Chandimal made were high quality, and they completely threw India off the attack. India were very aggressive and positive when they came out, but Sri Lankans towards the middle of their innings, they deployed this tendency to attack Indian bowlers, to throw them off their scent, and it worked really well. It worked particularly well with Dinesh Chandimal, who scored almost run a ball 150, 162 actually. So I think it was a glorious day of test cricket, wonderful, and it has left India with a very, very tricky chase on day 4 of this test match, and it can turn any which way tomorrow.
So as Daksh said, and as we repeated yesterday itself, it is a very collapse prone pitch. Even yesterday we saw the Indian batsmen Virat Kohli and Shikhar Dhawan use their feet particularly well against the slow bowlers. Chandimal, Matthews, Sangakkara, Thirimane, Mubarak in fact, all of them used their feet pretty well against the spinners. So you reckon this counter-attack strategy was the way forward and is the way forward on this kind of surface?
Well, you have hit the nail on its head. I think at one point in time when Chandimal came, Sri Lanka still needed close to 100 runs and they had only 5 wickets. And by the looks of it, the match was pretty much over at that point. But at that point in time, with their backs to the wall, they had only one strategy, which was to go forward. And they attacked, they jumped out, they reverse swept, they played hits and reverse hits against Indian bowlers. And they forced Indian spinners to bowl a tad shorter, giving them therefore time to play their shots. So now coming to what is going to happen tomorrow, I think India might look to deploy the same strategy against Sri Lankan spinners tomorrow. Sri Lankan spinners are not at this point as good as they were, as the Indians were. Rangana Herath in particular is half the bowler that he was last year when he took 23 wickets in 2 test matches in Sri Lanka against Pakistan. So India can afford probably to go for their shots initially, and because the target is not much, there will be pressure on Sri Lanka. They will be forced to ball shorter, and India can actually take an advantage of that.
Yeah. Speaking about India, it was not quite a bright day for them at the office today. Apart from Ravichandran Ashwin's match all of 10 for 160 and Ajinkya Rahane taking 8 wickets, a world record figure. So how is that coming along? Have we found the next Rahul Dravid at first slip now?
There have been a lot of comparisons with Rahul Dravid of Ajinkya Rahane, and it is one of the more apt ones also. Ajinkya Rahane in any case is a brilliant all-round fielder in all formats of the game, but we needed somebody after Lakshman and after Dravid who can fill into those big boots in slip against spinners. And he has shown that he has the reflexes and he has the mental alertness to go for those catches, and he pulled it off brilliantly today.
After a good day in the field, Ajinkya Rahane would now hope that he gets some runs under his belt, especially after scoring a duck in the first innings.
That's right.
But India, on the other hand, would hope that Ajinkya Rahane doesn't get a chance to bat tomorrow.
That's right.
So, hoping that India scores some runs and scores them at a brisk pace is what every fan would like to see now.
Yes, yes. There is one more thing that I would like to say here. The pitch, the experts were saying, was going to go slow on day 4. It has already become slow, which was why Ashwin probably was not as effective with the older ball as he was with the new ball. He took 1 wicket of the last wicket actually was with the new ball that Ashwin took. He took also the first wicket of Sri Lanka's innings with the new ball. So as the ball goes older, it will probably turn more. At the same time, it will go slow, so it may give Indian batsmen time to actually play their shots and read the ball off the pitch properly. Having said that, Indian players are not as good players of spin as they once used to be. That is an area of concern. In the last innings, India lost last 8 of their wickets for 120 odd runs. So that is a major area of concern. Probably India would guard against that tomorrow.
concerns apart, Sri Lanka don't have that many runs to play with on day 4, which could well turn out to be the last day and should turn out to be the last day of this test match. So let's see how the action unfolds on day 4 at Galle, and whether Sangakkara will get a fitting farewell at Galle. We'll just wait and watch tomorrow.